If you guys weren't aware, the tribute in light, the memorial that is usually given to 9/11 victims, was canceled because of COVID concerns. Now, logically, people would be outraged. Not only because this is literally ignoring the tribute to the people who lost their lives during the horrible tragedy of 9/11, but also because it seems very hypocritical. What's going on in New York right now? Riots, looting, violence, crime. Even the mayor has no problem letting Black Lives Matter quote unquote protesters gather in mass numbers to protest police brutality. But yet, when it comes to 9/11, they cancel it because they're afraid of COVID. But yet, they're perfectly fine letting these protesters gather in mass numbers. Well, the good thing is, it is no longer canceled. And I think that was the right thing to do. If you're going to enforce the law, well, you got to be consistent. And if you're not going to enforce the law, don't enforce it consistently as well. If you're going to allow Black Lives Matter to gather in mass numbers to protest, then you cannot use COVID as an excuse to not remember the victims of 9/11. You can't use that. You can't use COVID as an excuse. Why? Because that makes you look bad. Not to mention it's 9/11. It's 9/11. It's literally one of the most tragic things that ever happened in our nation's history. It's sad. It was very tragic. I was very young at that age. I was young to know what was going on at the time. But a lot of people were not very happy about this. But thank you for no longer having it canceled. But now the problem that I have with this is that the mayor, sorry, I don't want to say the mayor, but the governor of New York is acting like he partook in some efforts to bring this event back. I'm sorry, man, but Cuomo, I don't trust him. I don't trust him. I think Cuomo's using this as an excuse to virtue signal. But again, I'm happy. I'm happy that this is no longer canceled. But I'm also getting pissed off at the Democrats who are taking credit and saying we are glad that this is no longer canceled. Yeah, spare me, dude. Like really, like spare me the nonsense. Just say you're glad this is no longer canceled, but don't pretend like you deserve the credit, man. But again, that's just me. The title reads Tribute in Light, Memorial to 9/11 Victims no longer canceled. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I mean in all sincerity, thank you. The 9/11 Memorial and Museum announced that the annual Tribute in Light, an artistic light installation that projects twin beams into the Manhattan skyline as a memorial to the victims of September 11 terrorist attacks, actually won't be canceled this year after all. For the last 8 years, the 9/11 Memorial and Museum has produced a Tribute in Light, and we recognize the profound meaning it has for many New Yorkers. This year, its message of hope, endurance, and resilience are more important than ever, said Museum President Alice Greenwald in a statement. In the last 24 hours, we've had conversations with many interested parties and believe we will be able to stage the tribute in a safe and appropriate fashion. CBS News reports that the museum announced its new decision several days after it revealed it would be canceling the event due to a lack of resources to host it safely amidst the coronavirus pandemic, which severely affected New York City earlier this year. According to the museum's website, the first Tribute in Light was presented 6 months after 9/11 as a collaboration between several artists and designers, and has since become an iconic symbol that both honors those killed and celebrates the unbreakable spirit of New York. A symbol on the roof of the Battery parking garage south of the 9/11 Memorial, the twin beams reach up to 4 miles into the sky and are comprised of 88 70,000 watt xenon light bulbs positioned into two 48-foot squares, echoing the shape and orientation of the Twin Towers. The installation can also be viewed from a 60-mile radius around Lower Manhattan. Greenwald attributed the turnaround to help from three sources in particular: Governor Andrew Cuomo, Lower Manhattan Development Corporation, and former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg, who is also the chairman of the organization, noting that they have helped to offset the cost of hosting the event this year. Now, like I said, I am not a big fan of these people politicizing it like they think they did a good thing. They did, but I think that they're trying to take credit for something that, first of all, they wouldn't have allowed to take place in the first place. But like I said, I'll give credit where credit is due. If Andrew Cuomo and Mike Bloomberg actually contributed financial, financial resources to make this happen, I will give credit where credit is due, and I appreciate that. Now, I don't appreciate them using this as a political stunt to make themselves look good. Like I said, I don't appreciate that. But like I said, I'll give credit where credit is due. Thank you for doing this, Mr. Bloomberg, and thank you for doing this, Mr. Cuomo. Thank you for doing this. You guys did the right thing for once in your lives. I am glad that we can continue this powerful tribute to those to those we lost on 9/11 and the heroism of all New Yorkers, tweeted Cuomo, who also noted that the state will provide medical personnel for the event. We will #never forget. Thank you. Thank you. In a statement of his own, Bloomberg said the annual tribute and light installation will always represent a beacon of resilience and hope of this great city. I'm glad we will continue this tradition and remind the world of New York's strength. Okay. But I don't know, man. Like I said, guys might hate me for it. I question their motives. I do not like that they're using it as a political stunt. Sure, more preferably Cuomo. But again, man, I gotta give credit where credit is due. Some of you guys might dislike this video just for that, but I'm not a tribalist. I was not a big fan of them canceling this event. I am not a big fan of that. I think to myself, this is very bad because we're literally starting to ignore history at this point. This is an event that literally shook our nation's resolve, and for this event to be canceled, it wouldn't have made a lot of people happy. It wouldn't have. Now, granted, the leftists would have said good riddance, but to the everyday Americans, to the silent majority, I don't think they would have appreciated that this event gets canceled just because of COVID concerns, when in reality, the mayor of New York is allowing people to just go protest in mass groups. I don't know, man. Like I said, I gotta give credit where credit is due. Thank you, Cuomo. Thank you, Bloomberg, for making this happen. I question your motives, man. But if this is gonna happen, if this tribute is gonna take place, I am very much happy about that. I'm very happy that this is not canceled anymore. But what do you guys think? Are you guys happy that this tribute is no longer canceled? Do you question the motives of Cuomo and Bloomberg? Let me know what you guys see in the comment section below. If you guys like this video, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, share this video, and I will see you guys in a bit for the final video of a Seattle police officer literally telling protesters that he's out. I'll see you guys in a bit.